I am going to be continuing drawing this in Adobe Flash. Yay, it is nice to go back to Adobe Flash. I actually miss animating in this program. It is because I did a review on Clip Studio Pro, the trial version. I've got a video of it on the top right, and it's where I did another review on Krita, and I'll put that on the top right as well. And it's where Clip Studio Pro is pretty good. Krita is good but does have a few problems, but Clip Studio Pro does have a color problem, but I figured out how to color in both programs. But yes, but unfortunately I prefer Flash over Clip Studio Pro and Krita. Now, I did have to go to the official websites for Krita and Clip Studio Pro, the trial version, and I had to download them. And the thing is, you have to read the terms and conditions. I had to do that before using either of those programs, because you have to be careful when saying I agree to terms and conditions, because sometimes it can put hidden fees, and if you click I agree, it does actually charge you. So that's why you have to check with terms and conditions. And the thing is that there's a lot to read when it comes to certain programs that you use for the first time before you install them. Oh, just one thing to mind out for, you have to be very careful when downloading programs, because someone else actually downloaded an art program and they actually got their YouTube account hijacked, but fortunately they got their YouTube channel back after about 7 days. So you have to be very careful when downloading things. Make sure that it's the official company that you're downloading it from. If you think this content is cool, you can watch the video, like, and subscribe as well. Average view duration is an important metric on YouTube these days, so help me by making my average view duration very high. It'll be appreciated a lot. I think I put too many rough dots in. Yeah, let's go delete this. I think this is gonna be hard to sort out. I haven't resumed Flash for a while. It's because some time ago I tested out Clip Studio. I made this, which people have said, that's amazing. And when I got back to my Yua animation, I semi-lost track where I am with animating her. I mean, look at this leg. This doesn't look correct. Hang on a minute. I did mention this earlier in an earlier episode, but I'm not going to showcase animating every single frame pose. I'm going to show a few frames being animated, then afterwards I will show the finished walk cycle. So the finished version of this is going to be in a different video. Okay, just one thing. On one of my videos that I recently uploaded, my average view duration was like a minute long. So for each view it's like 1 minute. Now that is okay, but if you can make it even higher than that, that would be great. Okay, let's try that again. That would be great! Tony the Tiger reference. I remember the Tony the Tiger toys that we used to have ages ago. Fun times. We used to get them from Kellogg's cornflakes packets. It was back in the 1990s as far as I can remember. When animating your own character, body parts tend to be positioned behind other parts, which in my case is part of Yua's back leg. You don't have to draw accurately what will be covered over for that frame pose. I'm gonna try and make her back knee look nicer. Fun fact, I'm still getting requested, oh, will you do live streams? I'm still gonna say no for various reasons. Especially judging that most of my videos only gets 2 digits worth of views, so I don't think anyone's gonna want to stay up for me. That's one of the biggest reasons why I don't do live streams, especially if you live in another country. So I do apologise. If you look closely, there's some sharp line art points, which makes her leg look a little strange. I need to fix that. This still doesn't look that great, so let me try making this look better one more time. I do wonder who I should draw up next out of my own original characters. I think I should do another art series, but with a whole different character. I did draw this character up called Hiroshi. I might do another art video series with this character because I feel like this character should get some time to shine, you know? Let's start animating her orange feathers for this frame, but I'll lock what layers don't need to be active. I am slightly tired today because I have been standing up and walking around a lot outdoors in the past few weeks. So if you hear me being tired, that is why. It's because it's not good to constantly drive a car, especially for short drives. Here's one of my cars I used to own. I upgraded to a new car that is black and the engine's pretty good. It allows me to drive uphill really easily. I did say this ages ago in a very old video, and my favourite colour is green, and I never get the opportunity to have a car that's automatically green, and it costs over £500 for repaints, and obviously that's too expensive. So yeah, black is my 5th favourite colour. Yep, I mentioned this back on a very old video. It was one of those questions with SilverHunterN videos I made back in 2018. Wow, that was 6 years ago's news. Time flies. Yeah, this is going to take a little while to sort out. I know that this is in ×4 speed, but I tend to make art shorts as ×16 speed, and sometimes it's a little bit too quick. But I did ask one of my siblings who took part in one of my videos, like ages ago. It's back in Mystical Ninjas. Her nickname is SHN&x, and I asked her, is ×16 speed too fast for art series? And I showed her an example and she said, oh, seems like the right sort of speed to me. That's what she said. But I'm like thinking, but isn't ×16 speed a little bit too quick? I mean, this is at ×4 speed, but I feel like it could be done at ×8 speed or ×12 speed, that sort of thing. Oh yes, I need to explain one quick thing here. I am color coding the new orange feathers, the stroke lines as red. It's so that I don't get mixed up what's actually been moved and what's not been moved. Yeah, I'm definitely going to change this shading here later on, so I'll just delete this part here and then just come back to it later. Ah yes, the eyedropper tool, that actually helps with stroke lines and getting the fill colours in. The shortcut to that is I. Also in Flash, I think the controls are different in Clip Studio Pro and Krita. It's where when you double click a line stroke, as long as it's the same colour, it'll highlight the whole thing. So when I double click the red lines, it'll think, oh, this is all one object, so it'll group it all together. So it just makes it easier to just not have to double click on every single line, if that makes sense. But anyway, back about time-lapse speed. I think if I ever do another character drawing, right, and I do it on camera, I think what I should do is do it at 8 times speed. It does mean that the videos will be a little bit shorter, but it's like, well, most people are not going to watch a 10-minute video from beginning to end. They usually watch like a minute or two and then just go watch something else or go back to work or something. I'm not sure. Basically, there's various reasons why people stop watching videos. Sometimes people will stop watching because they have something more urgent to do, like go to a hospital appointment or something, I'm not sure. I just realised the top orange feather strokes need to be positioned more to the right, because Yua's front leg is going rightwards, hence why, don't worry, this won't take long to fix. This will affect future frames, so there is a good point in doing so. Good job I put the green dots in, because otherwise I would have messed up on the next few frames offline. As you can see there, there's more than 30 frames, right? So it's going to take me ages even if I do the rest of it off screen. So I don't know when episode number 8 is going to be out, because episode 7 is probably going to be me getting through the rest of Yua on frame pose 4. But yes, you know, frame 7 and 8. Oh, this is actually taking a while, you know, even though it's at ×4 speed. Maybe I should have made her feathers less detailed. I'm gonna set these 2 layers as outlines, you know, the leg layers. Now it's easier to see what I'm doing for the feathers. Oh yes, by the way, I don't think I've ever mentioned this even in my reviews of other digital art videos, is where I did use this one on a mobile phone called Sketchbook. I didn't get very far in it, but the controls for it was not very good. And it's where the problem is that it'd be very hard to make a video based on a mobile phone only art program, but basically it's very limited. But I have actually tried out Sketchbook before, but Sketchbook is free and it's untimed, so there is that. But I would only ever use Sketchbook on a mobile phone if you're away from a PC or a laptop, or you want to do something very rough very quickly. Oh yeah, I remember back in like 2010, there was like these videos that were uploaded onto YouTube, and it's like 10 hours of this, and it's like an animation clip just happening over and over and over again on loop up until the very end. And it's just, it gets annoying after a while. I don't understand why people actually do these sort of things. For instance, there was this one Hatsune Miku song called Polka Polka, and someone made a 10 hours version of that. Like, why? Very important, I actually didn't realize a couple of stroke lines were on the wrong layer. That would have caused the fill buckets tool to not work later on, so good job I spotted that early. Simple fix, use Ctrl X for cuts and take them to the correct layer, then color fill will work. Yeah, I got rid of them green dots. I made those as a rough estimate where the stroke lines go. The dots have fulfilled their purpose. Sometimes it's a great idea to measure a few things out before doing line art. Otherwise we will end up with an arm or a leg being too long or short. One example is back in my Nagisa drawings videos I made ages ago. I think when it gets to episode number 7, I'm gonna do this at ×8 speed instead of 4, because look how long this is actually taking. I can experiment with that because, like I said earlier on, sometimes I make art shorts as ×16 speed, sometimes I make it as ×8 speed. It's just that sometimes it's a little bit too quick for anyone to learn what I'm actually doing. But for this episode it will be ×4 because I've already done like pretty much all the editing now, so yeah. Feel free to check out my other videos. I do quite a few Let's Plays on Mega Man games and Sonic games. I've not resumed Sonic Frontiers for a while though, but then again I did make 62 videos on that, so that's why. Anyway, I'll see you next time!